production today, there will be times when the members of the cast will demonstrate their talents and abilities in various singing numbers. Remember, our villain is as dastardly as our hero is noble, so your boos and hisses are as much in order as your yells and cheers. There is a 15-minute intermission between Acts 1 and 2, and there will be refreshments served in the after section of the theater. There's also ladies' restroom out that door, men's restroom out this door. And now, on with the show.
How pleasant is the sight of an end to a weary traveler. And who do we have coming this way? One of those good-natured fellows, evidently by his appearance, that you will find in almost every New England town. Good day. Can you tell me who is the landlord of this hotel?
Oh, why, where have you been traveling all your life not to hurt a Simon slave? You seem to be a stranger around these parts.
Somewhat so.
Well, what are you doing here?
Well, my good fellow, you seem well disposed, and so I shall tell you.
Well disposed? I was the most well-dispositioned child in the country. Well, that's how I got the name of Sample, because I was weaned on gin and bitters. That's a joke, gin and bitters.
And I suppose you are still in love with this exhilarating beverage.
It's more than love, Squire. It's a devotion. A passion, a craving. Yes, sir, I like it.
You appeared anxious a few moments hence to know who and what I was. But your love for liquor seems to have swallowed up all other interests.
Well, I ain't got time to be prying into anyone else's business. I'm kept busy enough at the big house up yonder.
Where?
Yonder.
Oh, that large and imposing mansion.
That's Squire Hammond's. A finer man never drew the breath of life. I keep an eye on his son, the high-spirited and honorable Willie Hammond. It's about time for me to be coming home now, so I gotta run. Squire, I was about putting up for the drinks.
Oh, no, sir. I never pay for intoxicating beverage.
I pity you, Squire. Indeed I do.
Thus it is. Go where you will. The love of drink, which destroys all the heart's best energies, prevails.
I flatter myself. Everything in apple pie order, my marketing for the week attended to, and everything ready for customers at the Sickle and Sheep. Ah, customer. Good day, sir.
Good day. Are you the landlord of this hotel?
I have that happiness. Perchance you have not dined as yet.
Correct. Everything looked so dirty when the coach stopped for dinner that I could not venture into the experiment of eating.
We will be dining within the hour. My wife is the best cook in Cedarville.
You ought to be a happy man.
I am. Although we have been open only a month, already we are prospering, and I can leave the house at any time in the care of my good son, Frank, for he can mix a drink as well as I.
Your son?
As fine a youngster as ever lived.
Are you not afraid to lead one so young in the path of temptation?
Temptation? Oh, no, sir. Why, the till is safer under his care than with anyone else I know.
I refer not to the till, but to the cocktail.
Nothing to fear. Frank has no taste for liquor and will pour it forever with never a drop touching his lips. But, sir, come this way, come this way.
'Twill be interesting to observe the doings in this house of intoxication.
a glass of wine to amuse yourself till supper is ready.
Wine, sir, no. The evening paper will suffice.
Right, here, a newspaper for the gentleman.
Yes, sir.
There, sir, is a boy worth having.
And you fear not that he will associate with undesirables who frequent a place of drink?
Undesirables? Ha! No, sir. All of my customers are trustworthy and upstanding citizens.
Who, for example, is that man yonder?
Mr. Harvey Green, one of my best customers.
And is he an upstanding gentleman?
I never inquire about the business of my guests, sir, but I judge him to be an honorable man. Besides, he has plenty of money and he's not niggardly at spending it.
But what is his occupation?
I don't know that, sir, any more than I do yours. Why, when I was a miller, I never asked anyone their trade. Why should I now?
You once owned a mill?
Yes, I'm a miller by trade, and a better one's not to be found in all of Bolton County. But I tired of hard work and determined on an easier life.
And you have found it dispensing alcoholic beverages?
Indeed I have. Those who used to call me Dusty Coat now refer to me as Mr. Slade or Landlord. But excuse me, sir. I will have my wife prepare your supper.
Here you are, sir.
Thank you, my boy.
You're welcome, sir.
I will now indulge myself with a nose rather than a rum.
Oh, Frank, business as usual, eh?
Yes, sir, Mr. Hammond.
That's right. Industry must prosper. Oh, my friend Green, how are you tonight?
Quite well, thank you. You're just in time to join me for a drink. Here, Frank, a brandy toddy.
I don't think I should. My father said that if he ever...
What does he know, my lad? One little toddy never hurt anyone who did it.
You're right. Let's one drink.
The beginning of damnation, that's what.
Any news stirring?
Nothing special, except that I must watch my visits here. My father has hired sample switches to keep an eye on me.
That's good. As if you aren't old enough to be your own master. Devilish good.
Yes, devilish good.
Fill your drinks, gentlemen. If you don't find them devilish good, I'm no judge.
You're a good lad, Frank, my boy. Drink up, will you? To a prosperous future.
Shine! Shoe shine! Anyone want to help a poor but a shoe shine boy?
Oh, son,
Yes, sir.
one so young should not be seen in such a place as this.
Yes, sir. I must earn a living, sir.
Well, then may I suggest that you ply your trade in some other house, lest you become involved with the wrong people. May I suggest the Salvation Army mission down the street, or perhaps the Temperance League headquarters.
Yes, sir. Those good folks have no money for a shoe shine.
Boy, let's have a shine.
Yes, sir. Right away.
See what you can do with these, sonny.
I'll make you shine brighter than any bottle behind the bar.
Good for you. A fine lad, this.
Tommy has been shining my father's shoes this last year, in an attempt to support his widowed mother and his 5 younger sisters.
I, too, started my career at an early age.
What was your first job, sir?
At the age of 7, I ran errands for the local banker. The job didn't last long, though. I left town at the age of 8. My big chance came when I was in Europe, and Dame Fortune smiled on me as she had on no other.
Perhaps you'll smile on me soon.
I hope so for your sake. She brought me fame and fortune that fateful day. Surely you have heard of me, my lad.
No, sir. Who are you?
I just arrived through Paris from the sunny southern shore. I to Monte Carlo went just to raise my winter's rent. Dame Fortune smiled upon me as she never did before. And I've now such lots of money, I'm a gent. Yes, I've now such lots of money, I'm a gent. As I walk along the boulevard with an independent air, you can hear the girls declare, he must be a millionaire. You can hear them sigh and wish to die. You can see them wink the other eye at the man who broke the bank in Monte Carlo. I stay indoors till after lunch, and then my with a great triumphal arch toward grand triumphal march. Observed by each observer with the keenness of a hawk, on a mass of money, linen, silk, and starch. On a mass of money, linen, silk, and starch. As I walk along the wave along with an independent air, you can hear the girls declare, he must be a millionaire. You can hear them sigh and wish to die. You can see them with the other eye. The man who broke the bank in Monte Carlo.
Well, you have the devil's own luck.
I never trust to luck. Come, my lad, we'll play a game of 7-Up for a small wager while my shoes are being shined. Perhaps you'll be lucky and win. Who knows? I know.
Keep it busy, Frank? They drink 'em as fast as I can make 'em.
That's the road to prosperity. The old mill was never like this, huh?
No, sir.
Well, hello, friend slave. How do you endure today?
Fine, Sample, fine. And I'm glad to see you, too, if you're a paying customer.
I always pay for my drinks. Could have sworn I had a 50-cent piece in here the other day. Say, you're a pretty lucky fellow. I'll throw you the dice for a drink.
You're on. First throw or 2 out of 3?
First throw, time is precious.
10. Good throw.
And I don't throw better than that. I'm done for. 11. Oh, whiskey fast.
You're a lucky fella, Sample.
If then I wasn't, I'd be a thirsty one. Squire Woodley, ain't it about time for you to be going home now?
Not quite, Sample. You needn't wait for me.
As you say, Squire. I kind of think I'll stick around and keep an eye on the young Squire. I don't like the looks of that fella he's playing cards with. I don't like his looks at all.
There you are, sir. That'll be 5 cents.
5 cents? My lad, you'll never become rich that way. I'll show you how to double your money. I'll flip this coin and you call heads or tails. Ooh.
How important is this decision when I think of my younger sisters at home crying for food? Heads.
Tails, you lose.
Then I get nothing?
Nothing.
Even the money I spent purchasing the shoe wax? Please, sir.
On your way.
What a lesson I learned this day.
Let's raise the stakes, Green. I've got to win my allowance back.
Just as you say, Willie.
Husband, the gentleman's supper is ready.
Right. Show the gentleman the dining room. Right this way, sir.
Now hold it a moment. Son, perhaps you'd care to join me for supper.
Food?
Yes, it's time for food and a healthy cup of tea.
Seems a nice man, wife, but cranky in his ideas. Why, he seems as anxious about Frank being led into the temptation of drink as if it were his very own son.
And he concerned of Frank and a total stranger to. Well, how think I, his mother, must feel? I do not believe we're as happy as we were at the old mill. Do you not think the habits of your customers will not exert a bad influence over our dear boy?
Well, you may as well turn temperance lecturer. What's come over you, wife?
Forgive me, Simon. I meant not to offend you. I only spoke for your own good and the welfare of our family.
Well, we'll have no more such talk as that. Go see to the wants of our guests.
Oh, if only we were back at the old mill.
Mill, blast that old mill. Oh, what's the matter with me? I've got a case of the blue devils coming on. I know. A nice little drop will chase them away.
You won, my lad.
You can't stop me now. Now, how I came to get this hat is very strange and funny. Grandfather died and left to me his property and money. And when the will it was read out, they told me straight and flat, if I should have his money, I must always wear this hat. Where did you get that hat? Where did you get that tile? Isn't it a knobby one and just the proper style? I should like to have one just the same as that. Wherever I go they shout hello. Where did you get that hat? If I go to the opera house in the opera season, there's someone sure to shout at me without the slightest reason. When I go to the chowder club to have a jolly spree, there's someone in the party who is sure to shout at me. Where did you get that hat? Where did you get that tile? Isn't it a knobby one and just the proper style? I should like to have one just the same as that. Wherever I go they shout hello. Where did you get that hat? Let's raise the stakes again, shall we?
Just as you say. Hey, landlord, hasn't that second stagecoach arrived as yet?
Oh, it should be here by now.
My friends do today at the latest.
Are you sure she'll be good for business?
This little lady will liven up the sickle and sheep till it's bursting at the edges.
What are you talking about?
Oh, it's Brenda Mr. Green's. She's coming to work for us.
A waitress?
She can serve a drink with the best of them, but she's an entertainer.
Gee, a real lady entertainer here in Cedarville.
She's worked the best parts of the Barbary Coast and even the Lone Gulch Saloon in Tombstone. Now she needs a place to hide out. Hide out from the public. They're always clamoring for her autograph, and the church is always asking her to sing in the choir. She needs a rest, so I wrote and told her to come and help out here.
And right generous it was of you too, Mr. Green.
Boy, look at that! Things are really picking up in Cedarville! I'm gonna tell my wife not to wait supper for me!
What's the excitement?
Can I carry a bag, lady? Heck, I'll carry you, lady!
Don't handle merchandise, boys. Come to the sickle and sheep and I'll show you my wares.
Here she is now, Mr. Slade. Here comes Goldie Hills.
Nail down the bar, boys. Go!
Welcome, my dear.
It's been a long time. I got your letter asking me to come to a different time. I was leaving Tombstone in something of a hurry.
This is your employer, Mr. Slade.
It's a pleasure to have you working here, Miss Hill.
My pleasure.
I can't wait for Sunday to hear you sing in the choir.
Gee. Right. This is Goldie Hills. She's going to be working here. My son, Frank.
Howdy, Junior.
Gosh, what do you do?
What did you have in mind?
I mean, what have you been doing? What are you going to do?
All right, Sonny. I'll tell you. Stand back, boys. They say I'm crazy, got no sense, but I don't care. They may or may not mean a bit, but I don't care. You see, just sorts of independent of a clever race descendant. My star is on the ascendant, that's why I don't care. I don't care, I don't care what they may think of me. I'm happy go lucky, they say I am lucky, so jolly and carefree. I don't care if I do get the meanest dirty stare. If I'm never successful, it won't be stressful, 'cause I don't care.
Did I hear the fire alarm?
No, wife. It's our new entertainer giving us a sample. Goldie, my own dear wife.
My pleasure.
I'm sure we were happier at the old mill.
You'll excuse me, Goldie, but I was just having a small game of chance with my friend, young Squire Willie Hammond.
Don't let me interrupt. If you're on to something good.
Perhaps you'll come over and bring me luck the way you used to, if you know what I mean.
I remember.
Willie, this is my friend Goldie.
Pleased to know you, ma'am.
Call me Goldie.
What a beautiful name.
Yeah, lots have tried to tarnish me, but it ain't been done yet. I'll just stand here and watch if you don't mind.
That's very agreeable of you. Let's raise the stakes again, shall we?
I can tell this young man isn't a piker. Of course there is a stakes, won't you?
Sure, what's money?
That's my boy.
In spite of all my good intentions, here I am.
Let me tell you, Goldie, isn't this a perfect place to work?
I'm beginning to see what you mean. Oh, I've got my bracelet on your coat.
My fault, I'm sure.
I never mind getting tangled up with a nice young man.
Come on, Willie, I have you this time.
I've lost again. Raise the stakes.
As you wish.
This town is getting exciting now. Ever since Mr. Slade opened up this inn, we were actually going to see.
And the graveyard, too. Come, landlord. Fix me a good drink. And there's a dime towards the fortune you're bound to make. It's the last one left. Not a cent more in my pocket. There. Take it. I sent it to keep company with the 4 others that have found their way to that snug hiding place this morning. They'll be lonesome without their little friend.
I'll give you one more drink, Joe, and then be gone.
Now that you have my last dime, no more use for me tonight, eh?
You know one thing, Joe Morgan, if you haven't wholly taken leave of your senses, and that is that I was a friend of yours in days gone by.
That was before you turned landlord. If my father owned the mill where we used to work, after his death, I left the business in your hands. Bad associates led me into scenes of dissipation. I neglected the business, while you, in your eager thirst for gain, watched every chance to enrich yourself at my expense. Time rolled on, and not content with wretchedness myself, I got married, and caused another fond, devoted heart to suffer. I contracted debts, and I know not how it was, but at the end of 10 years, Joe Morgan no longer owned the mill. It came into the hands of his friend, Simon Slade. Darkly shadowed is a sky that hangs gloomily over my loving wife and angel child. Yet, in all the misery of my earthly lot, that wife has never been anything but a loving, forbearing, self-denying angel. And Joe Morgan, fallen though he is, and powerless in the grasp of the demon, has never heard her with cruel word.
Father, where is my father?
Oh, what shame for my child to find me here again.
Oh, I found you at last. Now won't you come home with me?
Darkly shadowed is the sky that hangs gloomily over thy young head. Landlord, can't you throw that sniveling child out of here?
No, stop! How that scene brings back my own childhood. I see myself tugging at my father and begging him to come home with me. He would not, and I was thrown alone onto the streets to make my own way in the inhuman world. Child, you were right to brave every adversity to take your father home.
Thank you, kind lady, but he will not come.
Go with her, sir. I beg of you, go with her. Plead with him, child. I cannot force myself to look upon this scene so reminiscent of my own youth any longer.
Come, Father, Mother has been waiting a long time, and I left her crying so sadly. Now do come home and make us all so happy.
still remains. Farewell, French slave, forever. If I were the landlord, I'd pitch that fellow out to the street.
He's not such a bad sort, really.
Come, Willie, let's have another hand. My luck seems to be changing. Come back, Goldie.
No, the sight I just seen brings tears of memories to my eyes. I can see. I'm not jealous.
Sir, how dare you touch those cards? That is my hand.
I was not interfering with them.
Sir, you are forcing luck to your side.
Are you intimating I cheat?
You can construe my remarks as you see fit.
I've only one answer for scribbling such as you. Anyone running on the comment?
Stay there, you Farman. Lay one more hand on the young squire. So help me, I'll make you remember the name of Sample Switchell as long as there's a breath left in your rotten carcass.
Always take mother's advice. She knows what is best for your good. Let her kind words and suffice. And never speak hasty or rude. Remember that she is the nearest. To you in this world she is dearest. At your downfall and grief she's severest. So don't cause her sorrow or pain. Always take mother's advice. She knows what is best for your good. Let her kind words and suffice. And always take mother's advice. Honor your mother so dear. You'll never know her till she's gone. Respect her gray hair while she's here. You'll be sad when she leaves you alone. To you in this world there's no other. In this weary world there's no other. And God only gives you one mother. So cherish and love her so dear. Always take mother's advice. She knows what is best for your good. Let her kind words and suffice. And always take mother's advice.
Girls, guess what happened? What happened? The handmail went to the post office, gave his hammer a letter. Yes. But there wasn't anything to tell her. But
Yes,
it was
yes.
one for her very own self.
A letter from a handmail?
Isn't that exciting? Yes. Here comes the handmail now. Hasten. Look.
A letter.
For me, my very own letter. Who's it from?
Secret admirer.
It must be from a secret admirer. marry next June. The wedding takes place in the moon. A sweet little Venus will follow between us when I wed my old man in the
We had an admirer. Oh, it's probably just Samsel's special.
Maybe it isn't.
Then open it and read it to us.
All right, I will. To the most beautiful woman in Cedarville. Oh, that's me. He means me. To gaze upon you is but to love you. Will you share my lot?
He must be in real estate.
Will you be willing to leave these rural districts where we can fly away and revel in the bliss of love together? Answer at once and relieve your devoted admirer. See, it is from an admirer, and it's signed with the initials H.G.
Oh, how romantic.
He will carry me away at night and force himself on me. I know you
I will save you, Mehetabel.
Sample, I know I shall be kidnapped. I've received this letter.
I know, I heard you read it. And I want to know the darn skunk who wrote it, too.
It's signed with the initials H.G.
H.G. H.G. Holland Gin. I know. It's that card-playing varmint Harvey Greens. Oh, I'll take care of him straight off, I will.
No! He is my admirer. He must be a good man. See that not a hair of his head is injured, and I'm yours. Forever.
As you say, Mehetabel, but now run along back to Mrs. Hammond's. I'm going to keep this letter because I don't want you reading such stuff.
Generous man, I flatter. Adieu.
A year has rolled by in its flight since first I saw this spot. I could not forbear paying another visit to ascertain whether the landlord and his interesting family were still alive. I shudder when I think of the dangers to which he exposed his child.
Oh, how do, Squire? Why, it's been about a year since I last saw you on this very spot.
Yes, and I wonder whether you still entertain the same opinion about strong drink that you did a year hence.
Well, to tell the truth, Squire, I don't like to see young Willie swilling it down so. On the count, I don't think he could hold it as well as I can.
My good friend, you are not yet fully aware of your danger. Habitual intoxication is the epitome of every crime. All the vices that stain our nature germinate within it, waiting for the moment to spout forth in pestilential rhymes. When the Roman Stoic sought to fix a damning stigma upon the author of his sister's shame, he called him neither rebel nor villain. No! He wreaked every odium within one word, and that word was drunkard.
You sound as if you've been through the mill a couple times your own self.
And so I have, and I escaped almost by a miracle. The entreaties of friends after years of suffering at last caused me to see the danger in time and fly from it.
Well, speaking of flying, I better fly inside and give me a swallow before I die of thirst. Today.
How true it is that experience is the only teacher that mankind will believe. Now enter the house and see what changes a year has made in its
Willie Fitzgibbons, who used to sell ribbons and stood on his feet all day, grew very spoony on battles, I believe, would rather be dancing than eat. Peachy, tagged him to some dance hall dragon, and as the band started to play, she dumped like a silly and
Ladies and gentlemen, the Sickle and Sheep is proud to present for your pleasure the singing voice of Miss Goldie Hill.
The last dance was over, the music had ceased, and the dancers were leaving the hall. A few men were saying their last goodbyes to the beautiful Belle of the Ball. Alone by the window, what use at these dance? His heart she had stolen away. And just as he gazed on her beautiful face, he was startled to hear someone say, "She lives in a mansion, a baking box. She's one of the restless throng. The diamonds that glitter around her throat, they speak both of sorrow and song. The smile on her face is only a mask, and many the tear that starts. For sadder it seems when a mother she dreams in a mansion of baking
So, Willie, that ends all animosity between us?
To be sure, I'm the last man to bear malice. I realize now 'twas only a misunderstanding. Here, Frank, fix us a couple of cocktails.
Yes, sir, in a twinkle.
Why, as I live, it's my stranger friend who was here a year ago.
Hola, landlord, is your Sickle and Sheep still flourishing?
Better than I expected. Why, you couldn't get me back to the old mill and made a present of it.
And your son still fares well?
A fine lad.
And your good wife?
She's sullen of late. Something's on her mind. Why, look who's here.
Ah, the stranger of a year ago. Will you partake of my cooking?
The exquisite taste of that meal remains one of my fondest memories. I look forward.
Alas, not many come here for food anymore, only for drink.
And what's wrong with that?
Nothing if it makes you happy, husband.
You are not happy with the sound of money jingling in the till?
I must confess, I'm not as happy as I used to be. Oh, if only we were back at the old mill.
Pay no attention to her, Squire. Come, I will show you to a table in the dining room.
Pray do. I'm in need of good food.
Here, Frank, did you just give liquor to young Willie?
Why not? He asked for it.
Squire, but just last night you forced strong alcohol, didn't you?
That I did, Sample.
Then what's that?
Well, I did not forswear taking my medicine, Sample. In this beverage, I take as medicine.
Then I hope your health remains poorly so you don't have to give it up.
I foresee a long illness. Like you, Sample, I can fend for myself.
Well, just so you don't go taking to drink on a permanent basis. I can't blame the boy for taking his medicine, can I?
That bumpkin is beginning to interfere too much with my life. Who cares if I'm going a little steep? I can stop whenever I wish, can't I?
Of course you can. Drink up.
This time that Sample's ritual bothers me, I shall tell him to go about his own business.
Good blood, Willie. Good blood. What an ass he is.
Shine. Shoes shine. Anyone want to shine?
Over here, son. I could do with brighter shoes.
No, sir. I've been shining your shoes for a whole year, and I never get a cent. I have to thank my little mother and my 5 younger sisters.
Of course I'll pay you, my lad.
You promise?
I do.
Harvey Green is a man of his word.
All right, then. I'll take the chance.
Oh, I don't see Sample anywhere. I thought he might be in here.
his hair but a few minutes past.
Willie, this is the lass who has caught my eye.
You mean the Hedabelle?
The same. Fair beauty, join us for a beverage?
The Hedabelle. Have you met my friend Harvey Green?
Could this be the same Harvey Green that wrote me that letter?
The same.
Oh,
Oh, yes. Come here, lass, and give us a kiss.
She was a child of the valley, an innocent maid was she. She was a desperate gentleman who owned all the town property. He would pursue her through hills and through dales, but she was blind to his game. Each time he threatened, "You'll wed me or else," these were the words she'd exclaim. No, no, 1,000 times no, you cannot buy my caress. No, no, 1,000 times no, I'd rather die than say yes. Thomas, his voice was miller, he wouldn't leave her alone. Said either join me in wedlock, or I'll kick you out of your home. She knew her people, though people and all, needed a roof for their heads. Winter would soon bring the snow and the fall, yet she defied him and said, "No, no, 1,000 times no, you cannot buy my caress. No, no, 1,000 times no, I'd rather die than say yes."
That girl wasn't annoying you, was she, Mr. Green?
No, not at all, thank you. But I don't think you should allow her kind in a refined place such as this.
What's going on in here? Did I hear someone singing?
An amateur, Goldie. The voice of a hawk compared to your canary tones.
There you are, sir. That would be 5 cents.
I'll give you a guaranteed chance to double your money. I'll flip this coin and we'll say heads I win, tails you lose. Are you ready?
Heads I win, tails you lose.
That's what I said.
All right.
Tails, you lose.
No, you lose.
The you we were referring to is you, not me.
I'm so confused. Have I been down on a milk for my 5 younger sisters?
Now run along and profit from this experience.
Well done, Green.
Again, I've been duped.
Come here, Tommy.
How you remind me of my younger brother when he was your age.
Here, take this coin to purchase milk for yourself and your 5 younger sisters.
Gee, 25 cents. Miss Golding, I don't care what anybody else thinks you, but I think you have a heart of gold.
Those words of kindness from one so young have touched me deeply. What a pity it is that age so often brings me with a hard shell. How often I wonder where the path of maturity will lead young Frank Slade. Frank, put that bottle down!
Leave me alone. What's one little swallow?
Simon, your boy here's drinking from the bottle.
Frank,
Is this true? I just wanted to see what it tasted like.
that's for the customers.
Don't worry, Father. It didn't appeal to me.
On a good thing, too. Thanks, Goldie.
I don't like to see a kid like that drinking. When they start that young, there's no telling where it leads. I know from experience. My own pop.
Here I am again. In spite of all my good resolutions, once again I find myself in the sickle and cheek. What hope is there left for poor Joe Morgan? Every dime I get only makes me the more anxious to reach this house, to obtain that which will help me forget my miserable home, my heartbroken wife, my angel child. Here, Frank, 16 wrong, and there's money for you. There.
Thank you. I told the boy not to give you any more liquor unless you can be quiet.
Don't worry. I'll not disturb the good gentleman yonder. Give me my glass. and I'll sit here by myself. Yes, so it is so. Let a good man fall, and the people of this world raise up their hands and start the loud, long cry. And the poor inebriate dies, when a kindly hand might have saved it. No matter, no matter.
I forgot to tell you, Mr. Hammond, that your father was in here earlier this evening to inquire for you. He fears you are gambling.
Indeed. He needn't have bothered himself, though. Neighbor Green and I were just having a sociable game of cards. There was no gambling.
No gambling. Oh, no danger. But it doesn't stop there, and well your father knows it.
Joe Morgan, you are like an evil star marring our happiness here.
My presence displeases the refined miller? I beg your pardon, landlord. He has grown ashamed of his old friend.
Enough of your insolence. Off with you. I won't have such low vagabonds as you here. If you can't get decent and stay decent, don't intrude yourself here.
You talk of decency? Who? A rum seller's decency. You were a decent man once, and a good miller in the bargain. But that time has come and gone. All decency died when you exchanged the pick and facing hammer for the glass and shaker. Decency? Who? How like a fool you talk, as if it were any more decent to sell rum than to drink it.
I've heard enough from you. Now leave my house.
I won't leave.
Simon, be careful.
You won't, huh? Well, take this.
What's that? Simon, you hit some innocent person. Father, your brother had killed me.
What happened? Has it come to this? Simon, who struck her?
Who? Curse him! Simon Slade. Villain, your career as landlord shall be short, for here I swear, by the side of my dying child, you shall die the death of a dog!
Continuation of our story of downfall, degradation, and redemption. May you all profit from the example set before you by our cast. And now, sit back, relax, and let right prevail.
Every Saturday, Willie gone his way. There he come on Nellie. Traveler neatly dressed and nice white pants, buttonhole bouquet as well. On Nellie's little hat, there was a little bird. That little bird knew lots of things that did upon my word. And in his quiet way, it had a lot to say. As the lovers stroll along,
I'll be your little honey, I will promise that, said Nellie as she rolled her dreamy eyes. It's a shame to take the money, said the bird on Nellie's hat. Last night she sent this thing to Johnny Wise. Then to Nellie, Willie whispered as they fondly kissed,
I bet that you were never kissed like that.
well, he don't know Nellie like I do, said the saucy little bird on Nellie's hat. In the shady nook, by the quiet brook, Nell and Willie fished. Lips together meeting, kisses sweet, lovely such a dainty dish. Then Nellie said to Will, such pretty things galore, but everything that Nellie said, the word had heard before.
And as he took her hand and said, oh, ain't it grand?
Nellie winked the other eye. Now I haven't caught a fish, what do you think of that? Said Nellie with the most bewitching look. You can bet she knows her business, said the bird
bet you're never out as late as that. Well, he don't know Nellie like I do.
Said the saucy little bird on Nellie's hat.
Don't go out tonight, Joe. Please don't go.
Father, don't leave little Mary Mother alone tonight, will you?
Her voice.
You know I can't come out to you now.
No, I won't go out. Let your heart be at rest.
What words of joy.
Come and sit with me, dear Father.
Yes, dear Mary?
How very hot your hand is. Does your head ache?
A little, but it will soon be better. Dear Father,
Yes, love?
I wish you'd promise me something.
What is it?
That you'll never go to Thomas Lake's barn anymore.
No, I won't go there tonight, little one. Let your heart be at rest.
Thank you, Father.
Oh, husband, you feel better for the promise you've made our dear child. I know you do.
Yes, Fanny, but my constitution's broken as well as my heart. It's been 5 hours since I last tasted alcohol, and all vitality is lost without it.
Oh, here, drink this. It is coffee. I dare not give you rum, though you should die for the want of it.
Oh, God, what a wretched slave I've become. I wouldn't blame you if you'd leave me here to die alone.
Leave you? No. Though you have banished relatives and friends from the door, though you have drawn the contempt of the world upon your wretched head, though you are a mark for the good to grieve at and the vain to scoff at, still I would never desert you. The name of husband is not lost, though it be coupled with that of drunkard. Try to compose yourself, Joe. Come in. Fanny, how are you tonight? And how is little Mary? Oh, she is not so well tonight, I fear. Oh, that news touches my heart. But I must confess I'm not alone on my visit here. Oh? No, I ask you to show hospitality to one who needs and deserves it. You may come in now.
Is a woman like me welcome in this home?
All are welcome here. Annie, this is Goldie Hills. Goldie works at the Sickles and Sheep, but she is a fine lady.
How long it is since someone has used such an appellation for me as lady.
I am sure deep in your heart there is good, as there is in all people.
We have been so worried about your child, how it has troubled us.
Came near killing her.
Mother, I see him. There he is now.
Her mind at time wanders. Lie down again, dear.
Yes, Mother, whatever you say.
The poor child. Tell me, Mrs. Morgan, where is her unfortunate father?
He is there, composing himself. Oh, how dreadful this must be for him as well as for you. How much good would come from this if he would but realize that all of our troubles pour forth not from the fates, but from the bottle of the tavern. Yes, that's been the root of all our troubles. Oh, how happy we could be back at the old mill.
Both of you ladies have tasted happiness in your lives, but as for me, never. I have known many men, but never have I found one to call husband.
Father.
Mary, child, did I hear you call?
She sleeps in her innocence, Joe.
Welcome to our home, Mrs. Slade. We hold no animosity toward you for what your husband did.
Thank you.
But you, friend of Harvey Green's, why do you come here?
Joe, please. She has a good heart.
Pray, hear me out. I have seen the error of my ways. This poor child, lying here betwixt heaven and earth, has made me repent for all I have done. Circumstances have brought me to the sorry state in which you now see me. I too was a drunkard's child, but I have no mother to comfort me. At an early age, I was left alone and destitute to wander the streets unguided. I was thrown into company of bad companions, But now, seeing this home, bare and sparsely furnished with abounding of love, I make a vow to give it my ways and dedicate my life to helping others find happiness.
Oh, how happy your words make me feel. And me.
And little Mary, too, for have been listening.
Forgive me for my bad thoughts.
And now, I shall return to the sickle and sheep for the last time. I shall gather my belongings and expose Harvey Green for what he is.
Wait, Goldie. I will go with you. There may be danger.
But first, Mrs. Morgan, I'd like you to take this. Pray, turn your head, Mr. Morgan. Please take this bill and buy a present for little Mary. Perhaps the doll I never had.
I understand.
How much better I feel already, now that I have the character of a lady.
Already little Mary's illness has brought a ray of sunshine into the world. Oh, how bright life could be back at the old mill. They are both fine ladies, Joe.
Father, Father, where are you?
I'm here, my child. I have not gone and left you.
To Dad now and whisper something to you. Not to Mother, it'll make her feel so bad.
Yes, love?
I shall never get well, Father. I'm going to die.
What did she say, husband?
Hush, Father, don't tell her. I only said it to you. There, Mother, you go away. You have trouble enough. Oh, Mr. Slater, it's so hard, but it didn't strike you, Father, and I'm so glad. But you'll never go there again, and that will be good.
Joe, if she should die.
Don't talk so, Fanny. She's just a little lightheaded.
And why is she lightheaded? I'm afraid, husband, that the worst is before us. She is better suited for heaven than for earth.
I shall never forget who struck the final blow. Oh, wife! My brain is on fire! I see visions, leaping and dancing!
Heavens!
They're all around me!
Another symptom of that terrible thing!
Escape! Father, is it you? I'm so glad you're here and have not gone to the tavern.
Not here? Gone? Joe, husband, where are you?
Here he is, dear Mother.
Thank heavens. Here, drink this. It will stay you.
Yes.
Oh, how good it is to see you drinking tea once again. All of the evils of the world come from that tavern and its bar. And when I think of poor Goldie Hills returning to what dangers we know not what of, I could weep.
Why? She may need help. Yes, once again, for me to venture to that place, not for drink, but to help a poor, misguided soul find her way in life.
Oh, yes, husband, go. Go and be of assistance should she need it.
It does seem I've had the devil's own luck lately. I've got the shakes as well. Another drink will help. Ah, life has changed. It's
no longer a joy. Even my beloved wife seems distant. What could I have done to bring this about? I fear she would leave me. I couldn't stand that. I must tell her. Say au revoir, but not goodbye, for parting brings a bitter sigh. The past is gone, the memory gives one fleeting hope. The future lives, our duty first, love must not lead. What might have been, had fate decreed, 'twere better far, had not we met. I loved you then, I love you yet. Say au revoir, but not goodbye. The past is dead, love shall not die. 'Twere better far, had not we met. I love you then, I love you yet.
Landlord. How are you? Well and happy as ever, I suppose. Why, the place is empty. Even your own particular friend Joe Morgan isn't here as yet.
Why, the next time he shows his face in here, I shall throw him out. Last night decided me. Suppose I killed that child.
Blast her little picture. What business has she creeping in here every night? She must have a queer sort of mother.
I don't know what she is now. Heartbroken, I suppose. There was a time when Fanny Morgan was the loveliest woman in Cedarville. Ah, honey. There you are. And where is your mother?
Gone somewhere.
Where?
I don't know. I've been out enjoying myself for a change.
She didn't say where she was going.
No. I asked her no questions and she told me no lies.
Aren't you, Frank? You have become mighty insolent of late. Don't let me hear any more of your mouth.
I'm old enough to take care of myself now.
Put down that bottle.
You or no one else tells Frank Slade what to do. When I have this, I'm the biggest man in the world.
What's happened to my son? Surely his occupation here could not have brought about this drastically changed.
Bad enough.
Say, Sam, you're not standing so steady.
I'm steady enough. 'Tis the rest of the world that wobbles.
Ah, great. I'm time to join you for another drink.
I'll drink by myself.
I say, landlord, that was a devilishly unlucky turn for you. They say that child's gonna die.
Who talks this nonsense?
Like Dr. Lancaster.
What? He wasn't in earnest?
Yes, he was. And what's more, I heard some talk with their lawyer Phelps' office that if that child dies, he'll have to stand trial for manslaughter.
No, he won't. Girl slaughter.
How dreadful it is to come from a home of love into this tavern, which I must call home.
How glad I shall be to leave this place. To think I once thought it an honorable calling. How glad I am to have seen the true path through life. And now I shall proceed to the sheriff's office for the picture I have of Harvey Green. A picture of him in the middle of a wanted $500 reward poster.
Oh, how glad I am to see him and his influence out of here. I believe he's exerted his will too strongly on young Willie Hammond. He loses far too much gambling.
It is not gambling when one plays with Harvey Green. He never loses.
Come, Goldie. How glad I am to see you leave these sorrowful walls.
I've come to agree with you about one thing, Mrs. Slade.
Which is?
I believe you were happier Field Mill.
Well, it was an accident. All the lawyers in Christendom can't make anything more of it.
Come, Willie, a small game.
I'd better win this time. I'm close to the end of my finances.
Come, Sample, have a drink on the house.
Well, don't mind if I do.
This is a special bottle, the finest in the house.
Right old stuff. Ain't it?
Sir, that is my hand.
No, sir, mine. You weren't paying attention.
On the contrary, sir, I was paying attention for the first time.
Goodbye, landlord.
Goldie, where are you going?
To the sheriff's office. To mend my ways and save the town.
Goldie, what are you doing with that poster?
I'm turning you in, Hobby Green. I'm putting the reward to good use.
Wait, Goldie, let's talk this over.
You tried that bluff before, but it's not going to work this time.
You, sir, are a cheating scoundrel.
Call me a scoundrel. You, who have robbed and debased me from the beginning. Oh, poor pistols who read there to the black starter villain who walked in service. I have lost all that possessed you. Disgrace and ruin, I dare not return to my home. Let me do society the service of ridding this earth of this monster before I die. You see.
Now that he is taken care of, it is your turn, Goldie Hill.
I'm asleep! The last turn again! I'm protecting you!
You shall not escape me now!
He has killed the young squire. I shall not rest till Harvey Green rests under 6 feet of earth.
What has happened to my life? All is despair and disaster. I have only one friend left. This.
Ra, ra, ra,
treachery pinch your ways as death approaches. I shall ice you to this post, and as the water rises, you shall cry for the mercy which shall not be yours.
So it is to thee. A fitting end for a life which mattered to not until this evening.
A convenient piece of rope with which to truss you. Around and around it goes, till you are securely bound. By my calculations, the water shall rise and cover your head in but a few minutes. I do not hear you bleeding.
I ask nothing of you, Harvey Green. My life is in the hands of someone more important now.
Already the water is starting to rise. Farewell, Gully Hills. This is my answer to those who try to cross Harvey Green. Curses! That bug-consuming solution comes this way.
If I'd have drunk more milk and less rum, I'd be in better shape. I must remember that next time. More milk and less rum. More milk and less rum.
But Mrs. Mitchell! Help! 'Tis too late. There is no one to save me now. Already the full moon pulls the tide of the water closer to my mouth. Higher and higher it comes. What a pity it is that blue life I have found will be stepped out so quickly. But I am happy. I can even find it in my heart to forgive Harvey Green for this mischief. Not much longer now. 'Tis the end.
Save her. Come on, Joe, get with it.
By the time I reached the tavern, it was not there but old Simon Slade, so far immersed in his own beverages as to be insensible to conversation. I have searched the town for Goldie, but I can find no trace of her. If I could but have a sign.
Help!
Wait! I hear her! I see her! Goldie! I hear her!
You are too late, Joe Morgan. Forget about me and return to your wife and angel child.
I'll save you! But I cannot swim!
The water rises at an alarming rate.
What can I do? What is there for me to do? Wait! Heaven has sent aid! Stay there, Goldie!
What plan has he in mind? I fear it is too late. He is such a good man. The world is full of so many good people. If only I had realized it before. Not much longer now.
Here I am! How lucky some poor itinerant fisherman left this preserve so handy.
Hurry, Joe Morgan, hurry.
Quickly, grab hold!
You have saved me, Joe Morgan. Now as fast as your arms can pull.
Where?
I to the sheriff's by the sea, by the beautiful sea. You and I, oh how happy we'll be. When each wave comes a rolling in, we know that for a swim, and we'll float and go around the water, over and under and everywhere. Boys reach, so now what do we care? I love to be beside the sea, beside the seaside, where people see. Joe and Jane were always together, said Joe to Jane. I love summer weather, so let's go to that beautiful sea. Follow along, stay here with me. Anything that Joe would suggest to her, Jane would always think it was best for her. So we get his board, all aboard. Gee, I love to be by the sea, by the beautiful sea. You and I, oh how happy we'll be. When each wave comes a rolling in, we will get for a swim, and we'll float and blow around the water, over and under and everywhere. Life's rich, so now what do we care? I love to be beside the sea, beside the seaside, where people see.
Throughout the long, long night have I watched my suffering ones, my angel child, hovering between life and death, my tortured husband, returned from an errand of mercy, has fallen exhausted by the bed. Oh, my sweet child, how I have watched every movement of that sweet face. How I long for the morning sun to usher in its beams and bring a gleam of joy to this almost broken heart.
Mother, how long I've been asleep? Where is Father?
Oh, he is here, dear child.
Oh, I want to see him. Father!
That voice. Where am I?
In the bosom of your family, husband.
What is it, dear Mary?
I wanted to see you. You have always been so good, little Mary.
I only wish I were as good as you. I would like to dive into and go right away from this wicked world.
Father, I want to tell you something. There'll be no one to go after anymore. I'm going away and leave you and Mother. Our Heavenly Father has called me.
What shall we do when you're gone? Let me die too.
You're not ready to go with me yet. You'll live longer that you make it ready.
I will help you, Joe.
Maybe I can be more help to you, Father, after I die. I love you so much that I'm sure the good angels will watch over you always. Don't you think so, Mother?
My dear child, you are not going to leave us.
Oh, yes, I am. I dreamed something while I slept. I dreamed that I went with you, Father, as before my footsteps took me to Mr. Slate's tavern. But it was different. You're standing there in the doorway, dressed so nicely. I said, oh, Father, is it you? You took me in your arms and kissed me and said, yes, Mary, this is your real father now. Not old Joe Morgan drunkard, but Mr. Morgan now. But it all seemed so strange, for there wasn't any farm anymore, but some sort of store of goodies to eat. And there, over the door was your name. I was so glad that I woke up and I cried to myself, it was only a dream.
That dream, my dear child, shall become a reality. For here I swear, God helping me, I will never go out again for a bad purpose.
Do you indeed promise that, Joe?
Yes, and more.
What?
I shall never go into a barroom again.
Never?
Do you indeed promise that?
Yes, and still more. I shall never drink another drop of alcohol as long as I live.
This is indeed happiness. Our dear child, her eyes are fixed. She is dying.
Yes, Mother, little Mary has long enough. Father won't want anyone to go after him anymore. For he will be good, and sometimes we shall all be together again. Don't you remember that little hymn you taught me? Everything looks so beautiful around me now. Goodbye, Father. I shan't have to take care of Mother now. Goodbye, Mother. We shall meet in the land where spring is eternal, where darkness never cometh, nor sorrow nor pain, where the flowers never fade, and the climate vernal. We shall meet in our party, be never again.
Curiosity has again led me to this locality. Several weeks have passed since last I stood outside the second sheaf. But time drags a place like this downward so quickly, I thought perhaps it would no longer be.
Why, how do, Squire? Why, how you doing?
Well, tell me, sir, have you yet had all the experience with dram drinking that you desire?
I should say I have. Why knock off the critter, Squire?
Paul, don't tell me. How long since?
'Twas the night young Willie was sent up to heaven by that varmint Harvey Green. Yes, ever since I saw what alcohol had done to him, I just stopped then and there.
That is no surprise, because most people do not realize that when you take a drink of straight alcohol, the chaser is evil.
Well said, Squire, well said.
And tell me, what about the other customers of the sickle and sheep? Where are they? Little Mary I'd always gone to the angel.
Yes, and her father's kept his promise and not touched a drop since. Harvey Green tried to kill sweet Miss Goldie Hills, but was outwitted, and Sense is lurking around here somewhere.
And
the reward grows on him by the day, too.
And Slade, the tavern keeper, where is he?
Where he always is, by the side of the bottle, sampling his wares. And as for his son, Frank, you wouldn't even recognize him now. He takes to drink just as natural as can be.
I have a great curiosity to pay one more visit to the sickle and sheep.
Hold on, Squire. Why, you haven't heard the big news yet.
Which is?
Mehetabel Cartwright and me is going to be joined in matrimony.
Well, congratulations. When is the day?
Well, we don't know yet on account I ain't asked her. But I'm getting around to it.
Well, I should be pleased to send a small appropriate gift. Perhaps an earthenware pot or an imported British tea coaster.
Hold on, Sample. Look who's coming this way. 'Tis the fairest flower in Cedarville, and the one to which I desire to plant in my heart's garden. I just might. Darned if love don't make me get all poetical, though. Tell you what, I'll just stand here and pretend I don't notice her.
Oh, there's Sample Switchell. What a changed man he has become since he forswore alcohol. How straight and tall he stands. From the way he's been talking of late, I think he means to plant me in his heart's garden. If only he declares intentions. I'll pretend I don't notice him. Pardon me.
Oh, Mehetabel, I didn't see you coming this way.
Nor I you. How fateful we should bump into each other on this crowded thoroughfare.
Yes.
I'm rushing to the market for Mrs. Hammond.
Oh, that's nice. I'm rushing to the livery for Squire Hammond.
We are rushed on.
Yes.
Well, farewell.
Mehetabel,
Yes.
remember what we were talking about the other night?
I seem to recall some conversation we had about the future.
Well, now that I've stopped drinking, I'm going to settle down, and I'll be home at night alone, and I'll be darned if I'll stay there by myself.
Are you thinking of employing domestic help?
Darn it, Mehetabel, you know I ain't got that kind of money. But I will have some soon. I'll get a job and settle down.
Yes.
Wow. Go for it.
Oh, what's the use of tormenting a poor fella? Will you become Mrs. Switchell or not?
Beloved, this is so sudden.
Does that mean yes?
I'm yours forever.
Oh, well, let's cut off a remnant to bind the bargain. Hold on, the remnant ain't enough. I'll take half the yard. By Joe, I should like to measure off the whole cotton factory this same way.
Sample, stop! Not here on the crowded street.
And how about behind the barn? Oh, well.
My heart was that is alone. I'm going to marry him soon. Could fill me with this just to give him one kiss, but I know that I've done and I never would miss. I'll go up in a great big balloon and see my sweetheart in the moon.
I stood calling for my dear boy. But he never comes home. And if he does, it's only to fill himself with liquor instead of love. Oh, if only we were back at the old mill. The contents of a mother's love cannot defeat the contents of a bottle. Frank? Frank? Where are you? Where is my wandering boy tonight? The boy of my tenderest care. The boy who was once my joy and life. The child of my love and prayer. Oh, where is my boy tonight? Oh, where is my boy tonight? My heart o'erflows, for I love him, he knows. Oh, where is my boy tonight? He was as pure as morning dew, as he knelt by his mother's knee. No face was so bright, nor heart so true, and none was so sweet as he. Oh, where is my boy tonight? Oh, where is my boy tonight? My heart o'erflows, for I love him, he knows. Oh, where is my boy tonight? Go for my wandering boy tonight. Go find him where'er you will, and bring him to me with all his might, and tell him I love him still. Oh, where is my boy tonight? Oh, where is my boy tonight? My heart o'erflows, for I love him, he knows. Oh, where is my boy tonight?
Frank! Frank?
Where the devil is that boy?
He's turned out just like everything else. All gone to ruin together. I wonder if my wife misses our wandering boy as much as I. There's only one way to forgive all tragedies.
Right.
This.
No one's here but the gin-soaked landlord. Now's my chance to borrow some money from the till.
Hey, what are you up to?
Don't interfere.
You're up to no good.
Out of here, or out. Glad he didn't recognize me in this disguise. Now for the money. I needed to help me leave town quietly. I've been hiding out in an old mill.
There's the thing, Miss Goldie.
Discovered!
After weeks of tracking you down, how appropriate I should find you at the son's dastardly deed, Harvey Green.
That's Mr. Green.
Yes,
You recognize me?
a handkerchief over the face cannot disguise a wicked heart.
Now that I have the money I want, all that is left is to get rid of you, Goldie
Watch
Hill.
out! Stop where you are, Harvey Green.
Curse!
We're taking you to walk to the sheriff's office. There's a reward I want to claim. Oh, boy,
everybody. Hey, guess what?
Foul days have come upon me. All my schemes have fallen awry. What brought me to this day?
You forgot, Harvey Green, that when people stop drinking from the bottle of alcohol, they start drinking from the bottle of goodness. And that's what chokes you, Harvey Green.
What? Did I hear something? No, just another flight of fancy. My mind wanders often of late. Why can that be? Come, I'll have another drink. That will chase away these visions.
Ah, landlord, you're still alive.
Oh, and that's about all.
Things look dull for you here. Not doing as well as you were.
Well, it's those blame temperance folks. They're ruining everything.
Can I have accommodations for the night?
Here's my son now. He'll wait on you.
Here, old man, what are you doing loafing around? Get to work. I remember you. How do you lurch?
Well, I am very well, thank you. But I can tell at a glance that you have changed. Your boyish spirit and joviality have disappeared.
Times are dull. Why, just last evening, Squire Hargrove was in here and threatened to prosecute us if we sold liquor to his son.
Then I should refuse the solemnity and thus avoid prosecution.
But it's my trade to sell liquor.
I wish with all my heart you had a more honorable calling.
If you insult my father, I shall knock you down.
I respect filial devotion, meet it where I will. I only wish it had a firmer foundation.
Do you think you can come in here and insult us without provocation? Take that!
No, you don't, Frank Slade. Your squire's a friend of mine.
Damn me!
Thank you, Chapel. That is no more than I would expect from a man who has forsworn strong liquors.
I hope you're not offended by Frank. He means well enough.
Who cares if he's offended? I don't. You needn't put your oar in, old man.
None of your newfound insult with me.
Then don't interfere in my affairs.
Now, look, you've consumed enough already. Put down that bottle.
I can't. It's my master now.
Put it down, I say.
I won't.
You're as drunk as a fool.
Hold on now, Slade.
Hold on. I'll knock you down.
Frank Slade, you have killed your own father.
Sample, I heard about Frank killing his pa last night. How long can these tragedies continue in Cedarville?
Darren and Mrs. Slade is close to sickle and sheep. Seeing her husband become the victim of his own demon run was too much for her, and she is leaving this place of ill memories forever. These are the last of her belongings, 2 suitcases and a dead bird.
How many people have been adversely affected by this tavern? Think of it. Mr. Slade, Frank, Joe Morgan, and little Mary, his angel child.
And young Willie.
In such a short time. How much doom has come to our friends.
One such tavern as this can ruin a whole town of decent people in short order. Cedarville ought to be an example to the world.
Shh, Mrs. Slade's coming.
Many of my recent days have been dark, but this is the darkest of all.
Mrs. Slade.
Don't say it, Mehitabel. I know what's in your heart, and you know what's in my broken one. Words are scarce comfort now, but it is the thought that counts.
Can I carry that for you?
No, Sirto, I shall never let it go.
What is it?
All that's left of my beloved family. 2 photographs. Simon when he was younger, honest, and liquor had not touched his lips. Farewell, husband.
Oh, Sample.
Oh, it's okay.
And Frank, he was such a good boy. But now he is in jail, and like the liquor he grew to love, he too will ferment. Farewell, Frank.
Don't leave, Mrs. Slade. Stay here with your friends in this town you love. We'll help you be happy again.
Happy in this place of tragedy?
Then why not go back to the old mill?
Back to the mill?
It's just sitting there decaying. We can reopen it again and make it a decent, God-fearing enterprise.
Reopen the mill?
Sure, I'll help. I not have a job now. And we can do it, the two of us.
The three of us.
Oh, how happy we can be back at the old mill.
Mrs. Slade, word has just reached us that tragedy has paid a visit to you, too.
Yes, the angel of death was invited in by the same beverage that welcomed him into your home.
And yet, out of our loss, I feel a better life will come to Cedarville.
Yes, Mehetabel, Switchell, and I are going to reopen the mill.
I somehow always felt you were happier at the old mill. But did Simon leave enough money to reopen it?
I never thought of that. I have no money.
Nor I.
Nor I.
But I have.
Squire Romaine!
I will loan you the money to reopen the mill so that you can grind grain for bread and not alcohol.
Well, that's mighty generous of you, Squire.
It's my pleasure to help the deserving.
But what of this place? What will become of it?
It shall sit useless, a symbol to those who take to demon rum.
What a shame it, too, could not become a place of good business.
Our little Mary saw it in a vision as a store with goods.
Like a bakery with hot breads coming fresh from the ovens.
The smell of healthful foods coming forth, not the odor of fermented alcohol.
That's what will be here, little Mary's vision.
There's not enough money to open such an establishment.
Squire Romaine?
Alas, all my spare funds are pledged to the mill.
I'm afraid that dream will never become a reality. There's not enough money in all of Cedarville to open it.
Oh, yes, there is.
Goldie!
Bring it in, Tommy. It's almost too heavy to carry. Here's the reward for turning in that skunk, Harvey Green.
Well, how can I thank you?
On two conditions.
Which are?
One, that you employ Tommy, his widowed mother, and his 5 younger sisters.
Of course. And the second?
That you let me join the business. My apple brown Betty is scrumptious.
Joe, this is wonderful. The mill reopened, the tavern a bakery, Cedarville will prosper again. If only our little Mary were here to see the happiness that has grown from our despair.
Well, I think she is here. Well, listen, wife. Well, listen all. Can't you hear her saying,